Everybody, welcome. You're hanging out with Ben, and this is the Hardcore Punk Project here on the X 92.5 FM in Kamloops. Today we have a local band called Let's Go. They're a punk rock band from Barriere. The members are Scott Sternig, down below me. To his left, we have Tyler Hall, the guitarist. And to the above on my left, we have Joe Kim, aka Skatehoven, and he's the guy who hits things.
I guess we should probably say hello. I'm Tyler. Hey guys, hi Ben. How's it going?
I'm good.
Yeah, and I'm Scotty. I've been playing bass for a while and known Tyler for a real long time, and excited to work with Joachim. He's our new drummer from Sweden, who we're super stoked to have on board.
Mm-hmm.
And my name is Joachim, and I'm from Sweden. I'm the new drummer of Let's Go, and I'm pretty stoked to be the new drummer of Let's Go. Feels so amazing to be the Swede from Sweden to play the drums.
All right. So thanks for joining me here on the X.
Thanks.
Hey, thanks for having us, Ben.
All right. So first off, you okay with the teen interviewing you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got no issues.
Yeah, no, that's pretty exciting. It's nice just to see that there are people that are interested in punk rock music and local bands, and it's really cool. We used to play tons of all ages shows when we were close to your age, when starting around 15 years old. We would play all ages concerts in Kamloops, and it's always been a goal of mine to keep playing for young people and play all ages shows and stuff like that.
All right. Okay, so your latest release is called Almost Ready, a 4-song EP with the songs Aliens Dream About You, Remove My Brain, Extirpation of the Preacher Man, and Hasn't Happened Yet. Is this your first release?
Yeah, that was the first release that we did, and that came out in 2018 with the 4 songs on that Almost Ready EP. And since then, we've released a number of singles, which are going to be collected on an upcoming release. And as well, we're working on our full-length album that should be out sometime next year.
Okay. So let's talk about everything you have put out, shall we?
Okay.
The first song is Idiocracy, definitely one of my favorites. Is this a pun on democracy?
Scotty, you want to take this one?
Well, it's I don't know. You take this one. You wrote it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pun on democracy. There's also a movie by the director Mike Judge called Idiocracy, and it's basically the notion that democracy is a broken system and the two-party system does not work, to the point that it's just a farce. And there you have Idiocracy. That's our newest song, and that kind of has been fueled a lot by the polarization of beliefs and the way that some big issues have been really dividing people in North America and across the world. Stuff like the Black Lives Matter movement and COVID-19. It seems that people are voting on beliefs instead of policies, and it's, as I'm sure you've noticed, it's become a source of great angst for a lot of people these days.
All right. Also, good drums by Joachim. It's faster than Scott Rayner. In case you don't know, he was the old drummer for Blink-182 before Travis Barker joined.
Yeah. I don't like Travis Barker. I was talking with Tyler about it yesterday, I think. I like the real drummers who play fast with a 1 foot pedal, not using 2 foot pedals, and try to, look pretty boys with many tattoos. I don't understand why they should be somebody when they play. I take in my bad clothes, go to the studio, record drums, and play as fast as I can. That's pretty much my thing.
Okay, track 2, Padova. What's this song about?
Well, that one's just a bit of a story about being stuck in or being put in an insane asylum, trying to escape, trying to find a way out, and long-winded attempts lead to nothing, and eventually you realize that you're stuck there.
Ben, go ahead, Ben.
I think we actually have I have a mental asylum not too far from my house. It's old and broken down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they built it to deal with tuberculosis, I believe.
Do you know what it's called, Ben?
Padova.
You got it. That's the Tronquil Mental Hospital.
Yep.
The one that kind of inspired us, and it was more commonly referred to as Padova back in the day. At least that's what we called it when we were growing up.
Yeah. Where is your favorite place to visit?
Favorite place to visit? Probably the recording studio or jam space right now for band practice. Be really nice.
Yep, I can relate to that.
What about you guys?
Yeah, I enjoy the studio as well. I mean, I do travel a lot for work and stuff, so I like to get all around the world, but that's not happening very lately thanks to COVID. But that's why I've got the studio, the space to work in and keep me entertained when I'm stuck here.
Kim.
Yeah, same for me. In the studio, work on new songs for Let's Go, and maybe sometimes to be with my son. I have a son, and he's 1 year old. So
yeah, my favorite place to visit would have to be House 8, where the X is located. It's up by our college.
Okay.
It's just this little tiny house with a underground basement of CDs, radio station in the top, and a lounge in the middle.
I've been to the X before for interviews with other bands, and I've been in studio there, and it's definitely an older building. It's got a very good smell to it with all those records in there.
Yeah, it's fun to be there. Where would you like to go after COVID is ended?
Well, we've got plans right now where once we finish this album, we want to go on tour. We had a short tour planned for the beginning of April, but that didn't happen because of COVID. And now I don't know if you could tell, but Joakim actually lives in Sweden, and right now we're working on the full-length record together. We all have home studios, so we're working on it every day. And when that is done, we would like to play and travel. Obviously, we want to go to Sweden and play some shows and have Joakim come here for a tour in Canada. And also, I have some friends in bands in Australia. So we'd like to go to Australia as well and play some shows. But just to get out to play a show in Kamloops or anywhere close by would be great at this point. I think we all miss playing shows. I know I do.
Yeah, or going to shows or seeing live music, right?
Yeah. I want to go to Nam when this is done.
Vietnam?
Yeah.
Oh.
What is it about Vietnam that makes you want to visit there?
It just seems like a cool place. Not Vietnam, I said Nam.
Nam show.
Yeah,
Oh.
the yearly musical convention.
Yeah.
How did you get Vietnam from that?
Well, you said Nam.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess though, I just would like to go to Nam because it seems like a cool place to go. You can meet cool people and you can play all the
Yeah.
wacky guitars.
Where do they do that?
I think it's in the US,
Yeah.
in Los Angeles.
Cool.
Okay, track 3 is Phantom Age. Western music videos, please. My generation uses digital effects. Much easier.
Yeah.
What's the song about?
Yeah, it's what is it about? I don't know. That's a good question. I think that one is it's about the working class and having to work multiple jobs to make ends meet, and about how sometimes you can work really hard and still be poor. It's kind of a working class anthem, and kind of a indictment of the kind of social and economic system that we have, and capitalism, where the rich get richer and the poor stay poor, and sometimes it seems like there's no way out of that. And yes, the music video is a lyric video featuring the 1939 movie Stagecoach, and I cut up the movie Stagecoach and turned it into a little music video. But that song has a little bit of a country western flair in the verses, kind of builds to a hardcore ending. So it's a little something for everybody, you know?
Yep. Who would you collaborate with and why? And it has to be female.
I mean, there's a lot of great artists out there that are female. I particularly enjoy listening to Bad Cop, Bad Cop, or the Bomb Pops. They're both, they have great musicians in that band. Or the Distillers, Brody Dolly. She's pretty rad too.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I was going to interview Bad Cop, but I couldn't get to it fast enough.
Oh, tisk tisk.
Maybe next time.
I hope so. Tyler, who would you collaborate with?
Who would I collaborate with? Ooh, that's a good question. Let's say Courtney Love in the Whole Days, or L7. One of the girls from L7. Was Courtney Love in that band or no?
No.
No, somebody from L7. I really like them, and I know that's 3 girls and 1 guy, I believe.
Joachim.
Probably someone newer like Hayley Williams from Paramore. As a
Hayley
singer.
Williams is a good choice.
Yeah, and maybe if she can be set in the studio, maybe Andy Case, like a singer. Have you heard her?
I don't believe
Pretty much
so.
the same voice as Hayley Williams.
All right, here's my 3 choices for who I would collaborate with. Alyssa White Gluz from Arch Enemy, death metal band. Tarja Turunen from Nightwish, symphonic metal. And Tatiana from Ginger. They're like also a death metal band, but Tatiana's got such a good voice.
Very cool. Do you play guitar, Ben?
Yeah, I'm a multi-instrumentalist. I strum things and I hit things.
Okay, cool.
I also play the Thunder Broom.
Nice. Do you have anywhere where we can check out your stuff?
Yeah, I actually have a music room not too far. I can show you after we're done.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. What would be your dream tour? Who do you dream of touring with?
I mean, there's. You go ahead, Ty.
No, you go ahead. You're ready first, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good bands that I would love to tour with, but I think like an ultimate dream would be to tour with NoFX. Like those guys are just so rad, and they've been putting out rad music for so long, and they do it big. They only give it 60%, but they still rock. And I think it would just be totally fun to go on tour with those guys.
I agree. I agree. Tyler?
Well, since I've already been on tour with NoFX in 2009, I'm going to have to pick a different band. So I would say my dream tour, I'm going to go with something that I think is a little bit more realistic to start with. So it would be us, Let's Go, and then it would be Sound City Hooligans, who are a band from Kamloops that we've been playing shows with, since Scotty and I were your age. When we were young kids in our first bands, we used to play shows with them in Kamloops all the way up to now. So it would be us and them, and then Friends with the Enemy, who is a band from Australia that my friend is in. And we would do a tour with those three bands and maybe one more band, a band from Sweden maybe that Joachim knows. We'll throw them on their tour, on the dream tour.
Okay, now speaking of Joachim, who would you like to tour with?
I would love to tour with, Let's Go and Strung Out and maybe Lagwagon.
Lagwagon's a good band.
Yeah. So, and we can skip the Swedish bands.
Yeah.
We can skip the Swedish bands. Only Let's Go and Satanic Surfers, maybe Satanic Surfers too, from Sweden. They are pretty good.
All right.
That sounds like a good tour.
Yeah, it does sound like a good tour, just like the Offspring, Sum 41, and Dinosaur Pileup.
Yeah.
And I was actually lucky enough to see those guys in Kamloops.
I think both Ty and I were there too.
Yep.
That's nice.
That was a good show.
Very good.
Yeah. Aliens Dream About You. What's the song about? Is it about literally what it says?
Yeah. I think some people have wild dreams and they might dream about aliens or maybe dream that they're being abducted by aliens. But what if there was an alien up there in his spaceship and he was dreaming about you? That would be crazy.
I get it. Commercial space travel, speaking of aliens, do you think it'll ever be in your lifetime?
Yeah, I mean, there's variations of it where you can leave the atmosphere now, but as far as a shuttle in between here and Mars, I don't think so. And I think I'll wait for them to work out all the kinks first.
All right.
Yeah, they might be offering trips to the moon and stuff in 20, 30 years, if you've got a big enough wallet.
All right. Your worst fear or phobia? I'll start with Joachim because he looks the most sketchy about it.
Fear, phobia. To wake up one day and I cannot use my instruments in the studio. That's my biggest fear. And maybe if my family died in the traffic accident or something. Or phobia, I don't have any phobias, I don't think.
All right, Tyler.
I'm scared of the Swedish. So there's going to be some problems when we go to tour. We're going to have to work on the accommodation in the lodge.
Yep.
Just kidding.
No, of course not. I was going to say it's just like the Armenians and the Turkish people.
It's a little bit less serious than that, but yeah,
of course,
same kind of thing.
Yeah, same kind of thing, but less serious. Scotty?
I mean, if I had to pick something, I'm not super fond of heights, but I still get over it and stuff, but like you know, like Jokum, I fear, losing loved ones and stuff like that. And, I obviously would be torn to wake up and not be able, like, let's say I lost a finger in an accident while I was working in the house and I wasn't able to play guitar or bass anymore. That would ruin me.
Scotty, it's going to be an issue with you being afraid of heights because Let's Go is headed all the way to the top.
Good pun. Good pun.
Like
right,
I said,
now-
I get over it.
Now, my worst fear, mother freaking bees.
You don't like bees?
No, I've always been afraid of bees for like my whole life.
Okay. Have you been stung by a
Especially
bear?
like
Bee? Have you been stung by it?
I was a wasp actually. They're more assholey than bees.
Okay.
Yes, that is the word that I use to describe them because that's what they are.
So, and are you just anti-bee or are you anti-wasp and
I
hornets?
like bees. They just scared me as a kid, but now it's wasps.
Yeah, they are dicks.
Yes, they are dicks.
Ben, you've got nothing to worry about because our concerts, live shows are 92% bee free. You can come,
Okay,
you can have a great time.
Good. Okay. Track 4, exportation of the Preacher Man. I thought the Locust had long song titles.
The Locust, that's an interesting reference to a band with long song titles but very short songs.
Yes, short songs, long song titles, power violent.
That's a deep cut. Yeah, that's power violence for sure, Ben.
Yeah.
You ever listen to Agoraphobic Nosebleed? You might like them.
I'll check them out. I've heard of them.
Sorry, what was the question again? You threw me off with the Locust.
Yeah, what's the song extirpation of the Preacher Man about?
Okay, that one is about murdering a priest to get payback because he was molesting children, just like real priests in real life. Yeah, so that's what that one's about.
Of course. Moving on. When and where do you get your inspirations for songs? In the studio?
Yeah, well, I mean, I listen to music like every day. I'll listen to music while I'm working. I'll listen to music while I'm driving. And I pull inspiration from lots of other great bands. I think it's impossible to do anything that is 100% untouched. Like it's just so, and there's so many bands doing everything now. But I love listening to music and like analyzing the way bands structure songs and do cool little pauses and stuff like that, and try to say, hey, like that might be something that could add a whole nother level. If I was able to implement something like that into something I'm working on, it might completely change the sound of that song, right? So it's, I think, impossible to say that I'm not inspired by hundreds of other musicians.
All right. Who writes most of the lyrics? I'm assuming it's Tyler.
I used to write most of the lyrics. I used to write all the lyrics before Scotty joined the band. But you see, Scotty and I, we've been friends for a long time. We went to school together in Kamloops. We went to Brock High School, and we started our first bands when we were in like grade 8. And we played for many years, and then kind of our band ended for whatever reason, and we both went our separate ways for a while. But then I started this band in 2018, and Scotty started coming to our shows. We were just a duo. We were just drums and guitar. and we would play live with backing tracks for the bass. So Scotty started coming to the shows, and I was like, "What's up, Scotty? It's so good to see you again." And I asked him to play bass in the band, and he said no. And then I asked him 2 more times, and he said no again twice. And then finally, he said yes on the 4th or 5th time. So now we both write songs. We both write song lyrics. Scotty wrote the music and the words to Padova, and then we kind of worked on it a bit together. And yeah, so it's now that there's 3 people in the band, all 3 of us are writing music now. We're all writing songs for the band, including Joakim, who has his own professional recording studio in Sweden. So he's got all the tools, and he sends us songs where he's written the drums and the guitars and the lyrics and stuff like that. So it's been a time of we've been doing a lot of songwriting, and it's been more exciting than ever with the 3 of us. We're all into it. We're all interested. We all have the same goal, and we're working towards it. So it's an exciting time for us, I think.
All right, looks like Zoom is giving out on me again, so we've got about 9 minutes to go before the meeting destroys itself.
That's pretty awesome.
So we'll do the last couple of songs, the challenge, and then I'll have to end it there so I have enough time to show you my music room.
Cool.
Okay, so the next song is Labor Day. Is this song about the titular holiday?
Not so much. That one is kind of just about growing up and the things that we put ourselves through, the experiences we have, and how we look back on them and what we take from them.
All right. I see you opened for DOA at the Blue Grotto. Tell us what that was like.
That was like a walk down memory lane. Tyler and I, we were lucky enough to open up for DOA back in our high school band. So it was really cool meeting Joey again, and saying, "Hey, we met you like 12 years ago or something." And yeah, I know it's really amazing to be playing on stage with you again. And yeah, it was just an awesome experience. And yeah, I'd love to do it again.
Joey's a city councilor now.
Yeah.
He is, and it's amazing being able to play with DOA over the years. They're such a big part of Canadian punk rock history. They pretty much defined punk history in Canada and opened the door for all other bands for touring the world. They basically built the touring networks around the globe. So, and now with him being a counselor, the legacy just continues. So anytime you get to get next to that and kind of feel like you're a part of that story is pretty exciting.
Yeah. I've played with Louis J from Bootlicker. They're another local band.
Yeah.
And sorry if I interrupted.
Go ahead.
And I also played with another band called Broken Love. They're a new band, but they're rising up the charts pretty fast.
Are they local?
Yeah, they're from Kelowna, I think. No,
Okay.
Sorry. So I messed up. Where are they from? Ontario. They're from Ontario.
Oh.
And what did you play with them?
I played at the Blue Grotto.
Did
Yeah,
you
they let.
play
Yeah,
in
they
their
let.
band, or?
Yeah, I didn't play in their band. I went to their sound check when they came to the Blue Grotto with Royal Tusk.
Oh, cool.
Sweet.
I played Brain Stew by Green Day.
Nice.
You can
That's a
actually see
classic.
the video if you go to my YouTube channel.
Sure.
All right. Okay, the next track is Remove My Brain. What's this song about?
That song is just about how sometimes when you're overthinking something, you wish that you could take your brain out of your head, so maybe you wouldn't be thinking about it so much.
Of course. All right. Okay. Second to last track is Hasn't Happened Yet. Tyler, did you unleash your inner Joe Strummer?
That's interesting.
Because you do sound like him.
Oh wow. Well, I'll take that comparison. Yeah, that one's a little bit different. That one kind of to me has more of a like, I think the Cars like pop kind of feel is what I must have been feeling that day when I wrote it.
Yeah, I was getting the Cars too, but your vocal style really reminded me of Joe Strummer and the Clash.
Cool, thanks, man.
Yeah. And the last track is Tall Ship. Is this a song about said thing?
Tall Ship, I think, is more about making a conscious choice within your day-to-day life to choose positivity over negativity, like the line says in the chorus. It's a famous quote. I'd rather light a candle than curse the dark. So that kind of means instead of complaining about what you don't have, maybe learn to enjoy something that you do have.
All right. Okay, here we go. Are you guys ready for the challenge? It's always goofy, so
Okay, I'm interested. What is this challenge?
the challenge is a music video uploaded to YouTube. Lucille by Little Richard, 1957, punk style, dressed in the 50s style.
Okay.
Okay, if you couldn't get that, I want you to cover Lucille by Little Richard in punk style. You guys dressed in the 50s clothes and upload it to YouTube
Okay, so the song is Lucille
by Little Richard.
by Little Richard, and you want us to be dressed in period clothing.
Yes.
Okay, that's quite the challenge. Yeah.
How long do we have?
69 days.
Oh, that's
Reasonable timeline.
yeah, reasonable.
Yeah.
And since there's a challenge, am I correct to assume that there's some sort of prize involved?
You get my appreciation.
That is important.
Sounds great.
Okay, it looks like we're running out of time now, so I'd like to thank the guys from Let's Go for joining me on the X. Stay safe and be well.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
All
you,
right.
Ben, for having us.